Welcome to World Surf Weekly. Today, Jack Robinson's rookie year is on hold, but I've got him on video chat to talk about how he broke through and secured his spot on the CT. Plus, get ready to relive the most memorable moments in Bali surf history. And big wave surfing is not canceled. We have the top entries to win Wipeout of the Year and Ride of the Year. You be the judge. Is it a make or is it a break? Welcome to World Surf Weekly. I'm Chris Cote. Very excited to have Erica Hosseini back, and I'm kind of having some set envy right now. Erica, your home studio looks amazing.
Well, thank you. Yep, on the flip side, with everything going on, all my techie gadgets have given my World Surf Weekly home studio vibes a little flair.
Kind of jealous. I'm going to have to step it up. Well, Erica, obviously you know right now the thing that everybody's talking about. All surfers around the world are asking the question to surf or not to surf. We've already seen viral videos of, surfers getting caught by authorities trying to escape the water, $1,000 fines being issued, even some arrests in certain part of the world. So let's open the discussion and find out if we should or should not surf. We're going to be talking to Chad Nelson, the CEO of Surfrider Foundation. All right, well, I want to welcome Chad Nelson, the CEO of Surfrider Foundation, to World Surf Weekly. Now, Chad, the Surfrider Foundation has been very vocal with their Stay Home, Shred Later campaign. Obviously there's going to be debate on whether or not it's okay to surf, but what do you want surfers to know right now at this time about the potential of surfing or just staying out of the water?
Well, thanks a lot, Chris. As a country right now, we have almost 400,000 people who are sick with the coronavirus. Over 12,000 people have died. We've got frontline health workers, doctors, nurses, and others risking their lives and their family lives to try to take care of these people. So it doesn't seem like a huge sacrifice to ask the surfing community to stay home and not surf for 6 to 8 weeks. So we think it's pretty clear. It's our civic duty in our communities to stay home and shred later and give the ocean a break.
Right, and some people might feel they can surf while still keeping distance from others. Do you think that's reasonable?
I think for the most part it's not, right? Surfing is typically pretty synonymous with crowds. If you think about Malibu or Trestles or the Gold Coast, and it's pretty rare that you're out there surfing and there are more waves than people who want them. So we're bustling up next to each other to compete for waves. And so it's really hard to social distance or physical distance while you're surfing. Of course, there's going to be exceptions. There's places in rural parts of the world where people are surfing without crowds. But, in general, that's the exception, not the rule. And, it's just not safe. It's like the analogy I've used is it's like doing wind sprints next to somebody, and that's certainly not recommended.
Right. And Chad, you're a surfer. I'm a surfer. Erica's a surfer. We're all surfers in here. What do you say to people that kind of construe this or view this as an anti-surfing message?
Well, hey, the Surfrider Foundation, we have the word enjoy ocean waves and beaches in our mission statement. We're incredibly pro-surfing, pro-ocean recreation. Surfrider's probably opened more beaches to beach access and to surfing access than anyone else. So under normal circumstances, we're all about encouraging people to get out in the water and to our coasts and to the beach. But these are far from normal circumstances. These are extraordinary times that are asking the surfing community to make some sacrifices, and I think that's reasonable. So hopefully, if we do this right, we can flatten the curve and tamper this thing down. And I also think by being responsible, it's going to get us out to the beaches and surfing as soon as we can.
For sure, and it is a difficult task, but on another note, I'm loving all the creative ways people are getting on their surfboards. Surfrider's campaign, hashtag stay home shred later has such a killer following. So, thanks for keeping this stoke alive, Chad.
Yeah, thanks so much. Absence definitely makes the heart grow fonder. So, hopefully this break is going to remind everybody how much we appreciate these places. And, the sooner we can deal with this, the sooner we can get back out there.
Love the sentiment, Chad. Thanks so much for coming on World Surf Weekly. And hey, when this whole thing wraps up, let's go surfing together. Us three. Come on.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chad. Well, while we can't surf, this is a great time to create goofy ways to shred. In fact, it's becoming very regular these days, which brings us to a brand new game. This is called Goofy versus Regular. So goofy meaning, you know, corny, you're not into it. Regular meaning totally cool, you're down for it. Are you ready, Erica?
Yep, I'm ready. And hey, you know what? I've seen a lot of Goofy lately, but just let's run the clips and you know I'll tell the truth, so let's give it a go.
And first up, getting pitted at home is all the rage. Erica, is this goofy or regular?
Okay, well, normally it would 100% be goofy, but those kids are the cutest ever, so yeah, that is not goofy at all. Regular.
I'm with you there, and especially this guy with the grab rail barrel in his living room. That is 100% regular. And then we got our world champ, Italo Ferreira, getting nuts in his bedroom. This kid is absolutely shredding. Now that brings us to claiming your wave. Erica, goofy or regular?
Well, that could go both ways, but hey, these days I'm gonna go with the regular.
You're going into claims. You know what? I'm with you there. I think a claim is a celebration. It's a thing of joy. And I think you could tell the difference between somebody claiming to try to get the score and just claiming out of pure elation. When they're done with elation and stoke, that's regular. So we've seen some great claims. That claim from Kelly is kind of goofy. Now let's talk kickflips. This is Zoltan the Magician Torkos. Kickflips while surfing. Hard to do, but is it goofy or regular?
Extremely hard to do, and back to the claims, I'm shocked he didn't claim that, because that is definitely not goofy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was goofy versus regular. And from Erica and I, we're getting pretty good at that game. But let's go out to the streets. Let's go to the pros and see what some of our favorite surfers think is goofy or regular.
Yeah, Cote, hope you're all good. Instagram challenges, say that's the regular nowadays. We're all bored, stuck at home, so it's why not show off your best stuff. Breakfast in bed. Right now, I wouldn't mind it at all. We're home right now, breakfast. Made in bed, once I wake up, don't mind if I do. Glitter trolls, goofy, you guys suck. Get out of here. Punching your surfboard. It's probably the lamest thing you can do, so I'd say that's goofy. Everyone blames their surfboard. It's not your surfboard, it's you. Sorry. Chop hops. Put a goofy right there. Yeah.
Well, still to come, my video chat with CT rookie and Margaret River local, Jack Robinson. But first, let's put your knowledge to the test, i.e. Margaret River. Here's some trivia for you. With over 40 years of competition at Margaret River as both a CT and a QS event, which two former world champions have claimed the most victories at Margaret River? Welcome back to World Surf Weekly, and let's answer that trivia question. Which two former world champions have claimed the most victories at Margaret River? Wendy Botha and John Florence are tied for the most victories at Margaret River with 3 wins each. And speaking of Margaret River, I recently had the opportunity to jump on a video chat with a brand new member of the world's CT Elite from Australia, Jack Robinson. Hey, thank you so much, Jack Robbo, for joining us from Western Australia. What are we looking at right here?
Got a pretty good view out here, actually. There's no one around, so I can move around.
Oh, wow. So what, that's out of your backyard?
Yeah, it's the backyard.
I love it.
So that's the river. This river goes all the way out to the box, and then when it gets to the ocean, you can walk up the beach and paddle out the end, and that's the box.
Well, I'm over here in Southern California, and right now, all beaches are closed. So what's the situation directly out from where you are? Are beaches closed? What's going on over there?
In the cities, the beaches are closed, but in Margaret's and the little smaller towns, we can still go outside and surf. And there's a lot of police and stuff around there. They're kind of enforcing it, but everyone's kind of following the rules right now, so that's good.
I see your kitchen is behind you. Have you been doing any quarantine cooking while this whole thing's happening?
Yeah, every day. Every day we've been
bread.
We've been cooking every day. Yeah, desserts, everything. Yeah, banana bread, chocolate cake. I'm a chocolate mousse master. What else? Yeah, just everything.
And you've been using the new hashtag "Stay Home for This." You've been living that hashtag.
Yeah, I've been truly living that hashtag.
I like it.
Last time I saw you, we were on the beach at sunset. You qualified for the 2020 Championship Tour. Tell us about, kind of that time frame since qualification and leading up to what was going to be the start. What was that time period like for you?
After sunset and everything ended, then I stayed in Hawaii for a little bit longer. And then I went to Brazil for a few weeks, hung out down there with Julia's family and stuff. And then I came back. And a week later, I went to Costa Rica for another mission, went and surfed down there. And so I was surfing a lot, and then I stayed till after the Volcom Pipe Pro, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to Snapper now and get ready. So I had a couple of weeks at Snapper getting ready, just dialing in everything, boards, training, and I was more than ready to go for the tour, but I'll have to save it and find a way how to tone it down now and just simmer for the year.
So when the tour finally gets started, it's going to start. I mean, all of our fingers are crossed. We know this thing's going to start. What are you most looking forward to beyond putting the jersey on and surfing? What else about the championship tour are you looking forward to?
Being able to show my surfing at the highest level. That's always what I wanted to do. Just being able to show my talent and everything that I've put into it. Just for everyone to enjoy. So that's the main thing.
I don't want to start any rivalries here. It's a little early for that, but coming into 2020, who are the surfers that you are most excited to match up against in heats?
Probably the younger generation a lot. A lot of the guys that are in my same category, that like from Kanoa's age to Griffin, Leo, we've all surfed against each other a lot in the past. But then also I grew up watching Kelly every day, and Kelly's still there, so I would want to surf against Kelly a lot because I've surfed against Kelly in the past when I was younger, and now we're in a different era, so I'd be excited to surf against him and John. I feel like my level will raise with those guys.
Hell yes, more to come from Jack Robinson. What are some of your go-to quarantine TV shows, movies, or video games?
I started watching Tiger King last night. That was pretty funny. Everyone's probably watching that. Yeah.
All right, my last question for you, and this is one for you to use your imagination. Any session, anywhere in the world, right now, where would it be?
Maybe Tahiti or Cloud Break.
Perfect.
Cloud Break, because I've never been there. Never surfed Cloud Break yet.
Oh, well, perfect.
We need Cloud Break on the tour.
We can make this happen, all right? Hey, thank you so much, Jack Robbo, for joining us from Western Australia. And I think, like everybody, every surf fan in the world, we can't wait to see the championship tour started. And you're one of the reasons for that. Can't wait to see you surf, brother. We'll see you really soon, all right?
Thank you. Can't wait.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks to Jack for joining us all the way from Western Australia. Can't wait to see what that young man has in store for us going up against the best of the best on the CT. And speaking of the best of the CT, next week we go back to Bali for a pair of incredibly progressive events. That's right, on The Vault and WSL Rewind, we're going to show you some of the best of Bali past. Check it out on worldsurfleague.com. To warm you up for some red hot ripping, here are 3 Bali moments that have advanced competitive surfing's progression.
In 2013, the Oakley Bali Pro showed up on the Championship Tour calendar for the first time. The top 34 in the world would compete at Keramas. Keramas, deemed the most progressive wave in the world, I think viewers and fans had fair expectations to see the maneuver of the year. John Florence pulled the biggest full rotation alley-oop in competition history. It was unbelievable for a lot of reasons. First off, the height that he got off the wave was incredible. His style was perfect, so smooth, and the landing, he did it with authority. That surfing clip is still one of the most viewed clips on the internet and still stands as one of the best airs ever completed in a contest.
Oh my gosh.
A perfect 10.
In 2018, Italo Ferreira posted his second career victory at the Corona Bali Protected.
Has some speed, big wind up. Stops it perfectly.
He posted a 10-point ride in the semifinals for this massive backhand full rotation, and from that point forward, Italo Ferreira was considered one of the most progressive surfers in the world and a world title contender. 2019, he fulfilled that and is our current reigning world champion.
Oh, look at this thing.
We see Gilmore up again. So using priority for this one, setting up on the inside, an amazing read. She comes through. What an effort and a huge end section turn.
In 2019, we had Steph Gilmore get probably the best perfect 10 that we've seen in a very long time on the women's tour. The barrel that she got really looked like she wasn't going to come out. You know, that disappearing act that you see surfers do is what makes those waves so special, and it gives it that wow factor.
Comes flying out, and then how about the lip glide?
And I don't know about you, Luke, but to me, rides don't get much more perfect.
Definitely the best 10 that we've seen in a very long time, and a highlight for the women's tour in 2019.
Indo never seems to disappoint. Cannot wait to get back there soon. Well, coming up next, big waves and wipeouts to see which surfers make it and which surfers break it. It's all about the Big Wave Awards, and that's coming up next.
Welcome back to World Surf Weekly. I'm Erica Hosseini. Now, each year we recognize the best of big wave surfing at, yep, that's right, the annual Big Wave Awards. The entry period is closed, so you know what that means. It's time to do some judging. Wipeout of the Year and Ride of the Year are, of course, two of our favorite categories, and each of these rides have something in common. Even though they look similar at the beginning and both start with a whole lot of courage, they end very differently. So let's send it to our big wave commentary team, Kaipo and Peter, to see if they can pick out the makes from the breaks.
Hey Pete, it feels like we're right back in the booth calling the action. Taking a look back to Jaws, Tori Meister. Let's check it out. Did he make it or did he break it?
By the looks of it, everything is good. He's planted. He's got his nose pointed down the face. I say this one's a make. Oh, boy. So far from that. I mean, as we remember, he did have a few nasty wipeouts during this event, but he kept coming back. What a warrior.
Well, that will be in the wipeout category for the Big Wave Awards. Tori Meister charging. All right, Pete, next up, Billy Kemper at Jaws. Is this a make or is it a break?
Are we talking about Billy Kemper? You would have to say this guy, it's got to be a make. I mean, look how deep he is. I would say, I don't know, but yeah, I think this one's a make.
Roll it.
Oh, of course he did. That right there could be one of the nominees for Ride of the Year in the Big Wave Awards. I mean, that was an exceptional wave. I mean, look how deep he is, completely engulfed. As a matter of fact, I think he even caught some air in the barrel. That was truly amazing. Unbelievable.
Ride of the Year, barrel of the decade, we'll see. Well done, Billy Kemper. Big make for him. All right, Pete, well, let's turn our attention to the chilly waters of Nazare. Justine Dupont, is this going to be a make or a break?
Well, you think about Justine Dupont and what she does at Nazare, I would have to say this one to me is going to be a make. Although looking at it, she's in a very dangerous situation, but I believe she's going to pull this one off. And as you see, that acceleration she gets off the bottom, she knows exactly when to be able to pin the bottom and get that extra speed, and it is a make. I mean, that has to be one of the nominees for Ride of the Year.
Right, you are nominee for Ride of the Year, Justine Dupont with that giant wave at Nazare. Back at Jaws with Keala Kenley. A lot of offshore wind on this one, Pete. Is this a make or is it a break?
I would have to say that is a clear break. Way too much in the lip, just way too high on the wave with all that wind, and she goes way out into the flats. And that was a really nasty wipeout for Keala. She has been one of those warriors, always coming back. Unfortunately, that was a break for her.
Well, the consolation is it's in the running for Wipeout of the Year. Turning our attention to the chilly waters of Nazare and Felipe Cesarano, Pete. Make it or break it?
Well, look at the conditions. There's chops on the face the size of mountains. I would say this one is definitely a break. No way.
No way. Mountains of whitewater. Taking another look at it in slow motion, and a lot of things
Whole
going
time,
wrong.
this was definitely a break. I mean, he just saw that he never really truly had control, and then when he's at the bottom of this one, he hits another mogul and goes over. And this wave, in this part of the wave, is the worst place you can have a wipeout. So I'm sorry. That was definitely a break for Serrano.
Sorry, Philippe, but that will get you into the wipeout category at the Big Wave Awards. Can't wait for that. And Peter, I can't wait to be back in the booth with you, my man Condor.
Let's hope soon, Kipes.
And of course, if you want to go deeper down the rabbit hole of potential Big Wave Award nominees, and honestly, why wouldn't you, head to worldsurfleague.com/Big Wave Awards. Speaking of big wave surfing, Mr. Cote has been taking advantage of FaceTime during this quarantine period, and this week he got Kai Lenny on the line for some Q&A.
Hey, Chris.
There he is.
What's up?
What up, Kai? How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Let's get into it. What's your favorite thing about kind of being forced to stay home?
Just making sure all my boards are ready for next winter when the waves get big again.
Who's filming you today?
Oh, my brother Ridge is here.
Who did you have up on your wall as a young surf fan?
I grew up kind of through that era of when Kelly and Andy were going at it, the dark versus the light.
How many bean and cheese burritos is Kai Lenny on since quarantine started?
At a couple hundred burritos.
Kai, who is your spirit animal?
Travis Pastrana.
What's the name of your first pet?
Hokipa Kitty.
What's the go-to surf amp song right now?
Whenever I'm with Lucas Chumbo, he always prefers me listening to Slipknot to get amped. No, he doesn't. He hates that.
Walking up to the mic, what is Kai about to sing?
Definitely gonna be Don't Stop Believin' by Journey.
What surfboard do you have strapped up to your roof back there?
Yeah, so these are just like some old surfboards. Basically, one day I'm always threatening I'm gonna take one down and go surf it.
Do you remember your first time standing up on a wave?
It was when I was 4 years old.
Best wave in the world through the eyes of Kai Lenny.
Jaws.
I might have to ask your brother this question. What nicknames does the family have for Kai?
He calls me Butthead a lot.
Best advice your mom gave you growing up?
How far are you willing to push yourself before you give up?
Kai, do you have a collection of trophies, magazine covers?
So this one is pretty rad. My dream was always to be on a surfing magazine cover. I saw it in an airport before I knew I was on the cover.
No way. What's the future for Kai Lenny on the QS?
My goal this year was really to make the Triple Crown.
What does the rest of today have in store for Kai Lenny?
I'm thinking of getting a haircut.
Kai, get back to work. You've got a lot to do.
Thank you, Chris and everyone. I hope you stay safe and you guys can get back in the water soon. Let's hope this whole thing blows over as quick as possible.
Let's do it. See you soon, Kai.
Aloha.
Kai handled those hard-hitting questions like a champ. Still to come, see what it's like to be on hold with CT rookie Isabella Nichols, plus the best must-see moments in the set of the day. Welcome back to World Surf Weekly. Chris, we've got some new faces on the 2020 Championship Tour that need to be introduced. We had Jack Robinson on the show today, and on the women's, CT rookie Isabella Nichols is an absolute superstar.
Fully agreed, and I've just recently heard that you and Isabella have something in common. Isabella was a stunt double for Blake Lively, and Erica, I found out that you were a stunt double for the incredible show 90210.
Yes, I have no idea how that information came across your desk, but you are not wrong. I did do a lot of the stunt surfing on 90210. That is very funny. But yeah, Chris, come on. Who would your stunt double be if you had the chance to pick?
I'm just going to go what I hear on the streets. I'm going to say Phil Collins. I would be his stunt double. He could be my stunt double. He might even be my dad. I'm not really sure. I just know he's my doppelganger, so that's going to be my stunt double. Phil Collins.
I love it. Great choice. But before we get any further with stunt doubles, let's spend some time on hold with Isabella Nichols.
Welcome to a day in my life. I'm Isabella Nichols and today we'll dive into what I do on a day-to-day basis. These are all the ingredients that I use to make my smoothie in the morning. Bananas, amazing sustaining food, especially before surfing. 1 scoop of this, just adds a bit of flavour. And to top it all off, I'm just going to fill it up with milk and away she goes. Bon appetit. Real good. Good way to start the day. After my morning smoothie, I tend to come down and go for a surf. Just finished my chinny brew coffee on the way to the beach, and now we're gonna go try catch some waves, and yeah, got my surf frock on. So fun. Couple of fun ones out there. Seeing as I can't go into the gym because of the Rona, we're going to do a Skype call session and do it in my makeshift gym. I'm here with Jo Parsonage, my physical preparation coach. So she's going to walk me through a session today. 2 laps? Do you want me to go again? Right, I'm going again. That was a great session with Jo in my little pop-up gym at home, so now I'm gonna have a shower and get stuck into some uni work. Let's do it, let's learn some stuff. Yeah, usually late afternoon I jump on my laptop and listen to a lecture or do a bit of university work. I'm studying mechanical engineering at Deakin University, online cloud campus. I have to like design a 3D model, so I'm actually designing a surfboard, which is really cool. You wanna see something funny? Grommet. That's a day in the life of Isabella Nichols. Now I get to sit on the couch and do whatever I please.
Well, it's about that time to check out those clip-worthy moments. We're talking good news here just when we need it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the set of the day. Well, for better or for worse, everyone is doing the home break challenge. You can upload your video right now using the hashtag home break challenge, where maybe you could be a champion, or you could be this guy.
Perfect, clean left-handers, nobody on it. I'm gonna have to keep this super quiet because of the coronavirus. Man, this is sick.
Oh man, these are getting absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Well, 3 years ago, this week, we witnessed one of the most dominant wins in CT history. John won the Margaret River Pro with an average heat score of 18.07.
Just insane. John Florence at the peak of his powers. Well, speaking of powerful, this is one of the most stylish, beautiful surfers to watch in the history of our sport. Happy birthday to Joel Parkinson, who turned 39 years old on April 10th.
Yep, happy birthday. And it's crazy to think it's been 13 years since Stephanie Gilmore's rookie season, which means 13 years since she won her first Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach.
Stephanie Gilmore absolutely dominates that spot. Well, that does it for another week here at World Surf Weekly. Thanks so much for tuning in. Erica, can I get a cyber high five?
Yep, you can, and we will see you next week.
All right. Bye. Do you like that? Well, if so, subscribe over there and then watch more videos over there. And then tell us your favorite videos down there. It's a 3-step process. Do them all now.